found out that judging a competition is more rewarding for me compared to taking part. Let me take you on a journey what's going on in the mind of a miniature painting competition judge. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. More content like this is coming for you. I'm always very honored when I judge because it means somebody trusts me with the responsibility of such an event. This makes me proud. Let me tell you a bit about the most common competition setups that you will find as a participant. I bet you never heard of this part of competitions. Man, I'm nervous. This is really a delicate topic. Competitions, may it be gaming tournaments or painting competitions, are a big thing in our miniature world, in our passion, in our hobby. Competing means we are giving our best to show what we can do at the moment on our journey, you can say. It can be rewarding, it can be exhausting, it can be disappointing. There's one thing it definitely can be, and it's making experiences. You will definitely make your very own experience on your journey, and will find out if you like competition painting or competition gaming. You will find that out for yourself. You grow on your own experience. But competitions always have a different perspective. Some of you might never heard of or don't know much about it. I want to speak about that. It's about judges and the jury of such a contest or event. In this video I will speak about my own opinion on such things and my very own experiences I've made. I will do this with all respect to my judging colleagues, to everyone who entered into competitions. One thing that is for sure that I want to say beforehand is that I do this with a lot of gratitude, with a lot of respect to everyone I was able to work with and judge with so far. Thank you for all the time that we spent together. Thank you for the time where I learned things. Judging a competition always means one very important thing: responsibility. Responsibility to everyone who was sitting at home, painting his entries and preparing projects with all of his heart, a lot of time invested, and that means the judging world should do the same. Simple as that. This means, depending on the event or the competition, judging can take hours. Depending on the number of entries, depending on the hard decisions that have to be made. Let's say judging for a small competition, an online competition, can take 1 or 2 hours, while a big event can take 7 to 10 hours, with at least a coffee break and some food. Let's get in the head, let's get into the mind of someone who judged quite a lot of competitions. Usually judging a painting competition never is a one-man thing. You're always in a team. Therefore, again, there are 3 main elements that you need to work with in your team. It's responsibility, teamwork, and straightforward goals that are communicated inside your team, and you can use them to work with them. I took part in quite a lot of painting competitions in the past 20 years, let's say 19 years, and won my share of prizes. But what I can say is, for my part, I do enjoy the judging work more than the participating part, because of the responsibility. I was lucky enough, and I'm grateful for that I was able to judge small local gaming club painting competitions, also in the local Warhammer store. I was able to judge many online events. I was able to judge Crystal Brush in 2014 in Chicago. I was able to judge in many shows during the years, like Monte San Savino Show, Duke of Bavaria, Painting Crusade in Belgium, also on the World Model Expo, on the recent World Model Expo I was judging, and will judge this November in Monte San Savino Show. I was able to judge the Capital Palette at the Nova Open for several years before COVID, and was able to also improve the guidelines of the judging work there and the contest to make it more fun for everyone participating. I'm always very honored when I judge, because it means somebody trusts me with the responsibility of such an event. This makes me proud. But also I know I have the weight of the world on my shoulders during the judging time, because the responsibility to everyone who enters and painted something is quite big. Let me tell you a bit about the most common competition setups that you will find as a participant. It's the open system and it's the category system. In a category system, you will have different categories where there will be a gold, a bronze and a silver rewarded to the best. In the open system, you will have large categories that says fantasy standard, fantasy master painting, for example, or historical or scale modeling. And you can enter as many pieces as you like. You present your work. These events can become very big, and from the number of entries, and therefore everyone who deserves, for example, a bronze medal or a silver medal will receive a silver medal or a bronze medal or a gold medal. This means you will have more participants, more number of entries, and more gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals compared to the category system. More numbers of entries, more medals. Here's an example. If I have a category system and there's the category diorama and we have like 40 entries and there will be one bronze, silver, gold. In the open system, when you have diorama and you have 450 entries, just saying as an example, and you can give away like 5 gold, 8 silver and 17 bronze, it's still a fine share. I would not say that one of these systems is better than the other. They both have their place in this miniature world. The responsibility for the judges stays the same. Now to the very important question: how do judges work? First of all, there's a frame where the judges or the judging teams have to work in. It very often comes from the event itself, saying that a group of people having some rules that should be put onto this contest, onto this competition. And this is the frame the judges work in, you can say. For example, if a company says we want to have all awarded entries in the style of a certain painting style or something, then this is a frame that is put onto the competition. Another example is if the event organizer says to the judges, we want to award creativity the most, then creativity is the frame. If it's painting quality, just painting quality, without other aspects, then this is the frame. So the judges always have the work inside this frame. Second and important element for judges is the weight they put into the different categories. What I mean with it is, for example, if I have a category single model or diorama, then in single model, the judging frame would be mainly on the painting quality, not on the creativity, not on the base or something. It's mainly the model and maybe a little bit the base, but mainly the model. But for example, if I judge diorama, there's a different weight on such things. In diorama, of course, painting quality in miniature painting competitions always matters, but in the diorama there's also the aspect of storytelling. For example, if I have 2 guys standing at a river doing nothing and putting this into a diorama, there is not really a story. But as soon as these 2 guys start having a turtle race on that river and going nuts on my turtle wins or something, then I'm telling a story. Putting in weights on how you judge is an important aspect for good judging work. You can say before judging starts, you very often in very large events you get briefed by a head judge, and therefore there can be a jury briefing. For example, in the World Model Expo we had a briefing for 1.5 hours where the event organizers explains things to us, and also the head judge, the overall head judge, Fabio Nunari, explained things to us, and afterwards our responsible head judge, Francesco Farabi for Fantasy Master, explained things to us, and then we sat together as a judging team and decided how we work in these frames that we were presented. Our judging team was 3 persons, always has to talk. That's important. Without talks before judging, it doesn't work. Judging work is teamwork. I'm pretty sure you're raising the questions, okay, what is judged now? How do they judge? How do judges make the decision? This is hard to explain. First of all, judges always search for excellence. So excellence can be achieved in many different ways. Of course, we have the frame of the competition itself, what should be judged and how things should be judged. But then you can find excellence in many things. You can find it in a perfect, blended paint job. You can find it in a very creative paint job. You can find it in a strong storytelling diorama that blows your mind. You can find it in, for example, in the open system, when somebody presents his full amount of a year's work, and you can see, hey, this person developed his painting style and quality and decisions. Then this can be rewarded when somebody steps up his game in the things he presents. So great bases can be rewarded and excellent. It's not only the paint job. Of course, the paint job is, I think it's the most important thing about it. But overall, I would say, for my part, again, my personal opinion, excellence is achieved with a figure or a miniature or a diorama or whatsoever that works overall, that makes sense, that is in harmony. Something, an entry that works, where you don't question things. A lot of things play together there. It's about light placement, shadow placement, color choices, basing, how base and figure connects. Is there a story that has been told? Are there small details? How deep is the detail painting going in terms of micro detailing? How brave was the painter? How creative? So many things influence a project that works. I think the excellence can be found in the things that work. As soon as you pick up a model and you see, oh, the paint job is beautiful, but somehow the color choices are a little bit off and they feel not very harmonic, or why is he standing on that base? It doesn't fit to that model at all, color-wise and something like that. So there are things that can work and there are things that cannot work. And excellence is achieved in a full project that works. No matter which category, no matter which standard master. I've seen things in master that work, and I've seen things in master that don't work. I've seen things in standard that work, and I've seen things in standard that don't work. So it's this will be always communicated inside a good judging team to be as responsible as the team can be. Another question you might raise is, are there wrong decisions? I'd say a good judging team will always strive for making the right decisions. And this takes time. A lot of communication, sometimes discussion, and depending on the size of the event, it can be very exhausting and will cause gray hair in the beard and hair loss on the head. No, I personally would never say that on the events I judged so far, or I was part in judging teams, that every decision was perfect. The judging teams did strive for giving the best they can and put in the best quality of judging work they can into the contest. But in the end, all judges are also humans, and humans make mistakes, maybe someone has a different opinion than the decisions of the judges. So you will never come out of an event saying this was perfectly judged, because you might think, oh, I personally thought this figure was better than the other, and this one silver, this one bronze, and I think what I've learned from judging so many competitions and so many great judging teams is that always see the judges as humans that try to give their best, that they put in their time and effort in making this a great event for everyone involved, that they have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders and really strive to give their best. And if you're not happy with one decision, then I can only say what I really enjoy about the responsibility of being a miniature painting judge is the amount of things I learned through the communication with other painting colleagues, other painters, and the discussions we had, and the different perspectives you get, the different views on things. These experiences are priceless and really helped me a lot on my way as a miniature painter. So anytime you are able to judge something or be part of a judging team, like may it even be in your local store, helping with a local painting competition, celebrate this and learn from it. It's really, it has a big learning curve. Another very important message is never paint for the judges. Never paint for the event's frame. Paint for you, because it's your passion. Paint for your joy, for your fun and love. Always paint from your heart, because in competitions as a judge you can see what is painted from the heart and what is not. And it does make a difference. Always paint happy for yourself, not for a judging system or a competition frame or something like that. Just paint. Roman out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We will be happy to have you with us on our journey to grow this channel. Subscribe and thank you. Thanks for your support. I want to thank everyone who I was able to judge with, learn from, and spend a really interesting time together. I want to thank everyone who trusted me in judging their event. It was an honor. Thank you very much.